I was about to say good morning, but it is 12:10 in the afternoon here, so good afternoon to those that it applies to. Listening to the sweet sounds of Aiden Taylor music. Also happens to be our oldest. Working at Dine Lone Records. I'm proud of that kid. He's not a kid anymore. But it's a very proud time to have him in the music business when I love the music industry. Is very cool. Very cool. It's very different when your kids get to that age, get older. So hello to everybody. I hope this Tuesday is treating you well wherever you are. For our overseas crew, good evening. To our West Coast here, good morning. It's almost like Justin Timberlake, Senorita. And good morning. Yeah, we're going to show couple tools today, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Wearing my Promote Love shirt. Awesome company started by the amazing Steph Grant at Steph Grant Studios out of Texas. Always give Steph some love. Also took our photos, actually. My headshot that we use on all of the things was from Steph. So it's pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited for that type of stuff. How am I on LinkedIn? Am I on LinkedIn right now? Oh, my goodness, this is cool. The header of my LinkedIn profile is me live right now. I'm looking at myself live. So I'm looking at the camera here and I can see myself react in like a few seconds later, which is awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. I am live. Scott Stratton is live. Yeah, that's me. That's me, folks. What do I got on my desktop here that I can show you? As we're working through stuff. I got poker hands on here too. What do I got poker? Which one? What went right or wrong in this poker hand? That's what I want to see. Oof. Yeah. Somebody had quads against trip aces. That's painful. That is painful. So that's why I saved that one. What about this one? Ooh, it was a good flop. It's a good flop. That was a good one. Miko, aloha to you as well. I'm just randomly trying to see why I have certain poker screenshots on my desktop. Let's see. What's this one? Yeah, that's a decent one too. But I lost the quads. That's right. Here's one. Oh, that was painful. That was a painful one. Ebusek. Nepal's checking in. Welcome live, Scott. Glad you're coming live every day. Well, easy now. Easy. Let's not get excessive. I'm not guaranteeing I'll be live every day. But yeah, thank you. I'm very happy to come on. And, there's a balance between what's the right time for me and the right time for an audience. And it kind of, you try to balance them out. But I know this isn't a great time for everybody. But it certainly worked for for me, doing my thing while I'm enjoying the morning/noon beverage of the coffee in the best Christmas present ever mug. Why aren't you focusing? You should focus. There it is. That's the way it should be. You know, they say when you come parents, it's, you know, you don't always get the best gifts and stuff, but this one's the best. And this is the right time for Nepal. Good. Until something like daylight savings or something screws something up. And then, you know, and then we're back to you having to stay up too late for this. So that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to keep looking through a couple of my stuff here. See what's going on. Well, I don't need to put a tax return up. That's for sure. That would just be weird. One of the things if you're just watching right now and trying to figure out, I want to, good question here. How did I dig Book of Boba Fett? We only watched the first episode so far. I know that is very sacrilegious, especially since I have a Boba Fett. You can see it right there. You can see that helmet. That's a mug and the Gamorrean guard. And we try to watch them together. Aiden and myself, our oldest. And so, you know, he's working. He's working in the city and stuff. So not a huge amount of time to watch. And we like to watch it together. It's been one of the things, especially in the pandemic, we've kind of like, you know, we watch like the whole Marvel universe kind of like in chronological order. And, you know, you watch all the Star Wars. And so Boba Fett's, that's my character in Star Wars. So I want to watch it in the right time. So I enjoyed the first episode. It was great. You know, Boba never got a lot of screen time necessarily in the originals in episodes 4 through 6. Although he was certainly the star of the Jedi until the Sarlacc pit. But yeah. But thank you for asking. Yes, I do enjoy the first episode so far. Let me show you a couple things, a couple tools we've been working on here. One of the things that has always been good, especially in personal branding too, especially when you're trying to get PR, when you're trying to get awareness for your brand, you want to make sure one of the earliest concepts we'd come up with UnMarketing was returning the high five. And what that means is especially in the infancy of social media, a lot of brands were just ignoring their customers, and sometimes their most fanatical customers, the ones that love them the most. Like I still remember, and it became a story on UnMarketing, I still remember the first brand that ever replied to me, and that was Cirque du Soleil. And all I wrote on Twitter was, I freaking love Cirque du Soleil. I didn't tag them. I just put Cirque. Now, since it's spelled in a very unique way, they even back then in like 2009, they had the listening stuff set up, and they heard the tweet, and they reply back and like, "Oh, we love you too." And I'm just like, I was giddy, and I'm still giddy. You know, it was really cool to do that, because I really think that, especially if a customer tags you, you know, if they post on your page, let's say it's on Facebook or LinkedIn or something like that, or they tag you on Instagram or Twitter, they're showing thanks for the brand and their joy, but there's a percentage of them also wants you to return the high five. You know, like they're putting their hand out saying, "Hey, you guys are the best, and I'm one of your customers," and kind of just leave them hanging. And that's, you know, it's the worst thing to do. There's just like, there's videos of people being left hanging in so many ways when it comes to a high five. And you want to decide, you know, what part of your brand. So when you're a personal brand, when you're an individual, you want to be able to have those listening tools set up. And one of the ones that I've recommended, both in the courses we've done, the talks, and just in general, the people that we try to help out, I use TalkWalker for our mentions. And you can see here, I can reduce this down. Actually, no, I'll keep it like this. So you can see with TalkWalker, it's going to be, this is where I've been mentioned, and TalkWalker is such a basic thing that you simply put in the terms that you want for an alert. So it's just talkwalker.com/alerts. And this service is ridiculous. It catches your, obviously, website mentions and blog mentions, but also Twitter mentions and even Reddit posts and a lot of any kind of forum that has public access to it. We'll pull out of that as well. I found it much more useful than the Google news alerts, so it was good. Well, this is 10 p.m. Nepal Standard Time. Have a second. It's late. I'm just saying it's late, and I do appreciate you coming on here anyways. Mark my words. I will get out there one day. One day. So, that being alert, because what happens is it allows me to do that kind of that surprise and delight type of thing that, that I talk about that the Ritz-Carlton does, that I can reply to a Reddit comment or a tweet or something that wasn't expecting the high five because they didn't tag me, that I can come there and say, hey, thanks so much. Because I truly do. I don't do it for marketing. I don't reply because it's going to look good. I reply because I'm flattered. It's just really cool that people cite something that is in our books or something that I said on stage or in one of these. There's a lot of content out there. There's a metric crap ton of books and coming out more every year. There's a trillion videos out there. And for somebody to say your one book or your one video or your one podcast episode or whatever that really helped me, that's the coolest thing there is. Honestly, it's the coolest thing there is to have somebody say, hey, what you said or wrote or did help shift my thinking or shift my trajectory or whatever that is. And like that never gets old. Never gets old. It also never gets old seeing the book on a shelf somewhere. That's still cool. And those type of things, but it doesn't get old, and it's an incredibly cool thing to be able to affect people too, especially on a scalable way that, you don't have to repeat the process necessarily to get the effect. And that's what books do. That's what videos do. You don't have to repeat the process to get the same effect. So you can affect more people without having to, use all of your time. I'm looking for. Oh, here's a good one. It's my first tweet. April 14th, 2008. Look at that. Look at that profile photo. That's a little goatee and short hair. It's about to get obsessed with Twitter me things. Help me out, people. I'm new. I'm not sure it's the best grammatically correct tweet I've ever done, and forgot the capitalization. But that's the tweet that started it. That was the tweet that said, hey, give it a shot. And honestly, I didn't do much from that April till January 2009, where I really focused on it. And that was the difference. Then I lived on Twitter for 30 days in January 2009, and I said, I'm going to give it the old college try. I didn't want to be that marketing person that said, it's not for me because I don't like it, or it's not for my clients because I don't like it. That's a real problem in a lot of things. And so I lived on it for 30 days, and I went from 1,200 followers to 10,000, and I tweeted like 7,000 times, and 80% of those were replies. And then I just never left. And it really was. It started everything. Everything. It's a good question. YouTube or Twitch. You'll be one of the only people on either one. And people ask, why haven't you built out YouTube, or why haven't you done this and become this creator or something? And I don't want to, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be a content creator, to be a YouTuber. They work their asses off. Oh, I see. You're on YouTube and you're twitching. Okay, yeah. You getting me them viewership numbers. I appreciate you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so honestly, like that's the issue. And people do not give enough credit to content creators, like if your job is just literally doing that, like if you have your like a YouTube channel, or even influencers, and I know they get ripped apart, but these people work, the good ones. It's just, and streamers on Twitch. Hey Twitch, what's up? With my one viewer on there, with Aztec on there. But Twitch streamers, I've been watching a lot of Twitch in the past few months, from not watching it at all, because I still love gaming. Gaming since gaming consoles started, and I still love them. And it's just watching that. Twitch streaming is a grind. Content creating is a grind. It's just like, and it's just very laborious, very, and then you spend, the days, weeks, a month working on a video, and you put it out there, and then some jackass in the comments just says something ridiculous, and it's tough. It's a lot of work. I give props to YouTubers and streamers and influencers, which is funny because it's like those terms. It's like, so if you're a creator, it's YouTube. If you're a streamer, Twitch. Influencer is like Instagram or TikTok or something like that. So it's like funny where we put the wording for things, but they all work their asses off, and we really need to make sure you don't downplay that type of stuff. Like there is gold in them hills with people who know what they're doing, because it's the triangle. It's the individual, the content creator, the star, whoever that is. It's their audience, and then it's your business, and you're trying to get them in front. And the really good content creators, the really good streamers, and the really good influencers have pull. And they can pull things towards you and towards your brand. And I think there's a respect that should be given to them. I enjoy the heck out of content creators on YouTube. I watch it. I spend most of my time watching those things when I'm traveling somewhere, I'm in a hotel, or I'm here. I'm always consuming the content. And it's awesome. I love it. Another thing you can do too, I think it's really important. Yeah, and exactly this, right? I love showing marketing people Twitch and their ravenous customer base. Their eyes go wide quickly. It's amazing to me that like a huge chunk of the world, business and personal and everything else, like ignore that section. Like you have these brands, and this never changes, by the way. Brands are always trying to get that younger demographic. So let's say that the 15 to 24 or something like that, the prime age, you want to get them into your system. And they're all like, we need the younger demographic. We need the younger demographic. And somebody's like, well, with Twitch, it's streaming. They're like, we don't do that. We're not going to be getting geeks or nerds playing games or this. Do you understand how many people there are in gaming? You understand this stuff fills stadiums? Here. Not just in Asia, here. Like Lexus, the automotive brand, the luxury automotive brand, who's awesome. They sponsor 100 Thieves. It's one of the pro gaming teams. And Owen and I watch League of Legends with them. World of Warcraft and League of Legends. Like the amount of people that play and they're adamant fans is crazy. And the revenue and the money in it, it's ridiculous. And it makes my heart warm because that's all I wanted to do when I was young. I wish I could play vids professionally. And that holy line is just like, well, you got to stop playing and do your stuff because you can't do this to make a living. And you're like, no, you can't. Mind you, it's hard. Because making a living is hard. It just is. For the most part, people are not sitting around waiting to help you out and make you money. It's tough. Aztec people watch people play games. No, they participate in a community around a creator with high engagement and fun. Exactly. And also there's people like me who just watch people play. I don't go in the chat. It moves too fast for me. I just watch. I enjoy it. And you figure out which ones you like. And I watch a lot of Warzone. Um, I can't play it. It's just too stressful. I did my time in Halo 3 online. Played a lot of matches and then walked away from it because it was not helping my brain. But I love watching it. I play first person shooters mostly, and some third person, but solo. I play Far Cry and Just Cause and Wolfenstein and those type of ones. But I love watching it, and then you look and you start getting the business because I can never shut it off. But then you're like, certain streamers have certain personality types. You have all the way from the doc, Dr. Disrespect and his whole thing, to him and Tim the Tap Man, and then you got Z-Laner or Z-Laner, like here in Canada, and he's Canadian. And then you have like Dr. Lupo, and then like Huskers is somebody I watch a lot on Twitch. And it's like, always interesting too, in a business way, if you can take your bias away for a second. And if you're like, well, I don't like that stuff, which is perfectly fine, but find out why other people do. That's the key. Even if you don't like whatever the thing is, find out why other people do. And really, right here, it's community. It's a fan base, but they feel like they're part of it. It's like with us, and you mentioned it being one of the 7. That's community. Now, what we didn't have, and if we bring the show back, one of the things we can do is a live stream of it with the chat. However, the live stream also takes away, like right now, from a show recording, because if you're always riffing back to a live feed, it breaks the content a bit. So you got to balance it right, but there's a lot you can do. And so I find it cool and enjoyable. Yeah. What else do I have on here? Yeah. That's it. All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed today. Short and sweet, but I said I was coming on today, so there you go. I may come on tomorrow. I do not know, so please don't hold me to it if I do not. Nice to see everybody who came on today. Say hi. As always, be kind to yourself and others, and we'll see you